There comes a moment in almost every person's life when they look around and wonder if they are falling behind. They see someone their age achieving more, learning faster, earning more, or moving closer to their dreams, and a quiet voice inside begins to ask difficult questions. Am I good enough? Am I capable? Am I too late? Am I wasting my life? If you have ever felt that way, you are not alone. In fact, some of the most successful people in the world have stood exactly where you are standing now. The difference is not that they never doubted themselves. The difference is that they kept moving forward despite those doubts. The truth is that life rarely changes overnight. Most people expect transformation to happen in one big moment. They wait for motivation to strike, for confidence to appear, or for the perfect opportunity to arrive. But real growth does not work that way. Real growth is usually invisible at first. It happens quietly. It happens in the small decisions nobody sees. It happens when you choose to learn instead of scroll, to practice instead of procrastinate, and to continue when quitting would be easier. Think about a seed planted in the ground. For days or even weeks, nothing seems to happen. If you looked at the surface, you might think the seed is doing nothing at all. But underneath the soil, something important is taking place. Roots are growing, strength is developing, a foundation is being built. Only later does the growth become visible. People are often the same. We compare our chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. We compare our preparation to their results. We see the success, but not the years of effort behind it. We see the confidence, but not the fear they had to overcome. We see the achievement, but not the sacrifices they made along the way. Education teaches us many subjects, but one of the most valuable lessons is often learned outside the classroom. It is the understanding that progress is more important than perfection. The student who improves little by little every day will eventually surpass the student who relies only on talent. Talent can give you a head start, but discipline determines how far you go. Imagine two people starting a journey. One is naturally gifted but inconsistent. The other is average but committed. The gifted person works hard when they feel inspired. The committed person works hard whether they feel inspired or not. At first, the gifted person seems ahead. But as the months pass, something interesting happens. Consistency begins to compound. Small efforts become big results, the gap closes, and eventually the committed person moves ahead. This is because success is rarely about doing something extraordinary once. It is about doing ordinary things extraordinarily well, again and again, for a long period of time. There will be days when you feel motivated and unstoppable. On those days, working hard feels easy. But there will also be days when you feel tired, discouraged, and uncertain. Those are the days that matter most. Anyone can move forward when everything feels perfect. Growth happens when you continue despite discomfort. Many people underestimate the power of a single day. They think one day of procrastination does not matter, one missed opportunity does not matter, one excuse does not matter. And individually they may be right. But life is not shaped by one decision. Life is shaped by patterns. What you repeatedly do becomes who you become. If every day you invest a little time in learning, reading, improving your skills, and developing your character, those small actions will create a future that looks completely different from your present. The challenge is that results take time. Most people quit because they cannot see immediate progress. They stop just before the breakthrough arrives. Consider the story of a person learning a new skill. During the first weeks, progress feels slow. Mistakes happen constantly. Frustration appears. It feels easier to quit than continue. But every mistake is teaching something valuable. Every failure contains information. Every challenge is building strength. The people who eventually succeed are not necessarily the smartest. Often they are simply the ones who stayed in the game longer than everyone else. One of the greatest obstacles you will face is the fear of failure. Many dreams remain unrealized because people are afraid to begin. They worry about what others might think. They worry about making mistakes. They worry about not being good enough. But failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of success. Every achievement contains lessons learned from mistakes. Every expert was once a beginner. Every confident person was once uncertain. Every successful person has experienced moments when things did not go according to plan. The question is not whether you will fail. The question is whether you will learn from those failures and continue moving forward. Believing in yourself does not mean thinking you are perfect. It means trusting that you can learn, adapt, and improve. Confidence is not something you wait to feel. Confidence is something you build through action. Every promise you keep to yourself strengthens it. Every challenge you face increases it. Every obstacle you overcome adds another layer to it. There is a version of you in the future that is stronger, wiser, more capable, and more resilient than the person you are today. That version of you is not created by luck. It is created by the choices you make every day. When nobody is watching, what do you choose? When things become difficult, what do you choose? When distractions compete for your attention, what do you choose? Your future is hidden inside those answers. The world often celebrates outcomes. It celebrates trophies, achievements, and success stories. But behind every outcome is a process, and the process is where your attention belongs. Focus on becoming the type of person who learns continuously, works consistently, and refuses to give up easily. You do not need to have everything figured out today. You do not need a perfect plan. You do not need certainty about every step ahead. You only need enough courage to take the next step. Many people spend years waiting for the right moment. They believe they will start when they feel ready. But readiness is often created through action. The right moment rarely arrives on its own. It is created when you decide to begin. Your circumstances may not be ideal. Your resources may be limited, your path may be more difficult than someone else's, but your future is not determined solely by where you start. It is determined by how persistently you continue. Remember that education is more than earning grades or collecting certificates. True education is learning how to think, how to solve problems, how to adapt, and how to grow. Knowledge gives you tools, but character determines how you use them. The habits you build today are preparing you for opportunities you cannot yet see. The books you read today, the skills you practice today, the discipline you develop today, and the lessons you learn today are all investments in a future version of yourself. Years from now, you may look back at this period of your life and realize that the moments that seemed ordinary were actually shaping everything. The difficult days were making you stronger. The setbacks were teaching resilience. The challenges were preparing you for responsibilities you had not yet imagined. So if you are struggling right now, keep going. If progress feels slow, keep going. If nobody notices your effort, keep going. Not because success is guaranteed, but because growth is guaranteed when you refuse to stop learning and improving. You are capable of more than you think. Not because you possess some hidden superpower, but because human potential is often far greater than we realize. Most limits exist long before reality confirms them. They exist in doubt, fear, and hesitation. Do not let temporary setbacks convince you that permanent success is impossible. Do not let one bad day define your future. Do not let comparison steal your confidence. Focus on your journey, your growth, and your next step. The person you become is shaped by what you repeatedly choose today. Every page you read matters. Every skill you practice matters. Every disciplined decision matters. Every moment you choose, growth over comfort matters. And one day, perhaps sooner than you expect, you will look back and realize that the small actions you almost ignored were the very things that changed your life. Keep learning, keep growing, keep believing, keep moving forward. The future is not something that happens to you. It is something you build, one decision, one habit, and one day at a time.